Now I know what you might be asking yourself. This guy's making a video on cheese balls. He's finally lost it. Now, saying I lost it insinuates I at some point had it, in which case I have never had it, whatever that it is. But today's video, regardless, is about Planters cheese balls. Now, I know there's been a particular YouTuber who's been in some hot water recently that's made some videos on Planters in the past, at least one video, counting peanuts. And he called Planters, I think he got some coupons or something. I've been watching Tiger King recently, and I know the absolute way to get to the heart of the problem is to either kill the person you have a problem with or hire somebody to do it for you. And Baby Nut has been causing me problems, specifically with Planters cheese balls. And we're going to get to the bottom of this, and I don't care who's at the top, even if it is Baby Nut himself. So let's get into this video. What's my beef with Planters cheese balls? By the way, it's quarantine time, and, you know, I think I should probably put my scorpion ninja mask on so I don't give you guys, any cooties or anything like that. Okay, so, what's my issue? Well, Planters... Yeah, I'm not doing this. Okay, so, around Super Bowl time, my mother bought me a can of Planters cheese balls. Why did she do that? This is what they look like. Why did she buy me one of these? Well, I used to eat these when I was a kid. They discontinued them, I believe. I did research after the fact. Discontinued them in 2005. And they brought them back in like 2018. My mom saw them. She's like, oh, hey, Tyler, my sweet young little boy, used to eat those when he was a kid. So I'm going to get those for him to eat now and see if he still likes them. And they were amazing. They were just how I remembered them as a kid. They tasted delicious. They melted in your mouth. I had to get me more of those. So I got more cheese balls. And they were awful. They tasted terrible. They were not the same product that my mom had bought me a week and a half prior. So I was pissed off, and I decided I need to go out there and scour the cheese ball market, find the cheese balls that my mom bought me, because the ones I was eating were terrible. And what was terrible about them? They were smaller, they had a terrible taste, they weren't melting your mouth like the previous cheese balls were, and it really irritated me. I was really pissed off. I was like, and here's the thing, they were smaller, so you got more in the canister, but they were still smaller. The calories weren't changed. The ingredients weren't changed. The ingredients still said one serving size, about 37 cheese balls, is 140 calories. Now, how is it possible, Baby Nut, how is it possible that two totally different products can have the same calories? How is that possible? I'm not sitting around trying to eat a bunch of cheese balls. I'm not sitting around trying to eat a bunch of cheese balls. And if I do, I at least want to know what kind of calories I'm putting in my body. But regardless, I went to Big Lots. That's where my mom originally got the cheese balls. They didn't have any. I went to Target. They had cheese balls. Wrong ones. I went to the dollar store. I went to Rite Aid. I went to every single store you could think of, because they happen to only be in cheap stores other than Target. Big Lots can have kind of like old stuff sometimes, or, Dollar Store, Dollar General. I don't think I even have Dollar Generals around me, but I read online, because I was going balls deep, I read online people were getting them at Dollar General. So I pounded the pavement. I was walking here, walking there. After I got out of my truck, I walked to the inside of the store. I didn't actually walk, because I'm eating cheese balls. I'm not exercising. You can only do one or the other, and I chose the cheese ball route. Trying to figure out, where do I find the correct cheese balls at? I do some searching online. I find, and I will show this in the video, I find that there are different canisters of cheese balls. People are talking about this online, on the Amazon reviews for cheese balls. There are different kinds of canisters of cheese balls that come from different plants that are manufactured totally different. Now, how is that possible? And you're getting supposedly the same product, but it's not the same product. Let me explain.
So we bought an original one from the supermarket, and this is how it looks like. If you can see, even the color is different. The one that we bought from Amazon is a little brighter and smaller. So if you can see, compare it side by side. So this is the original. It tastes really good, and this one is the one that we received from Amazon, and the taste is so different.
look at the bottom of this cheese ball can right here. I don't know if you can see it. I don't know if the camera's going to show it very well. Right there, it says GPP2. That, I guess, reflects the factory they came from. Every canister of GPP2 cheese balls are amazing. Now, here's another canister. XPZ4. I don't know if you can see that. XPZ4. That was probably better than the GPP2. XPZ4. Those are terrible. Let me show you one more time. GPP2. Those are amazing. So I ask myself, I wonder, how is it possible that these cheese balls could be made in two separate places and be done totally different? Are they not supposed to follow the same formula, the same ingredients? I don't get it. So, when I pounded the pavement, I found, when I went to Target, that they only had the XPZ4 cheese balls. Those are the ones that are terrible. So, at this point, the only place I found the good cheese balls were Big Lots. I never even found them there. My mom bought them there. I went to Target, they had cheese balls. They were the XPZ4, bad ones. Went to the dollar store, XPZ4, bad ones. Went to Rite Aid, XPZ4. You guessed it, bad ones. By the way, tried the cheese curls. You would think it's the same thing. They're not that good. They're kind of gross, to be honest. And maybe these cheese balls suck too. I don't know. My girlfriend hates them. My mom didn't like them either. But I still think they're good. I think the GPP2 are amazing. So, what's the point here? Well, about a week and a half or a couple weeks ago, I went to Target. All of a sudden, Target had the GPP2 cheese balls, and now Big Lots carries the GPP2 cheese balls. So the question here is, how come different stores get different types of cheese balls at different times, but they're considered the same product? The calories are the same, the ingredients are the same. If you order them online, if you order cheese balls on Amazon, nobody even knows if you're going to get the GPP2 or the XPZ4. Nobody knows. It's just kind of like a shot in the dark. And I don't understand why they're different, but I'm going to show you right now how they're different, and you're going to enjoy this little comparison. So here's your different cheese balls here. These are the good ones. These are the terrible ones. Now, I don't know if you can notice, but the terrible ones are far more orange colored than I mean, they're both orange, but the bad ones are like a deep, deep orange. These ones are a little lighter of an orange. Bad cheese ball, good cheese ball. What's the difference? They're a little smaller, and they're really old, so I'm not going to eat one. Because they've been sitting in the can forever because I decided I didn't want to eat them because they were gross. But the good ones tend to have some sort of... Well, let's do one of these like a makeup review. There's the good cheese ball. Well, it actually works. God, that's why they do it. It works. You know, I always think it's stupid when they do that. I can't stand when they put their hand up. That's amazing. It actually works. You find something new out every day. So here's the good cheese balls. You can see it's kind of a little lumpier, a little more, a little less like bright orange. But when you bite into it, it's probably really unhealthy, but it has some sort of like oil that like bursts in your mouth. I don't know if they're like super oily, but when you bite into it, it almost like melts immediately, like a liquidy oil. Like if you're eating popcorn and you get butter on it and you get a piece of popcorn that's like really buttery and you bite into it and you can just feel the butter in your mouth. That's what these are with almost every single cheese ball. You know what? I am going to eat the old one. Eat the old one. Oh, it's stale. Oh. Shouldn't have bitten into the old one. So my question to planters is, how come you have the same product, different serial numbers are totally different products, but they're still, you know, advertised as the same thing? If you buy a can of cheese balls, it could be good. If you buy them, they could be bad. If you don't know to look for the serial numbers, you're like, man, these cheese balls have really changed all of a sudden, and then you probably stop buying them. No, if you know to look for the correct ones, it's not that big of a deal. But my question to planners is, why does this exist? Are the ones that taste terrible cheaper, and you guys are going to the cheap ones from now on? And we're just like going to be stuck with cheap cheese balls forever here? Because I'm going to be very frustrated if that's the case. You know, I'm quarantined right now. I got nothing to do but to play video games and eat cheese balls. If you take my cheese balls away from me, all I can do is play video games. And that's not good. Now, you may be asking yourself, did you get a little carried away with this cheese ball kerfluffle? I am naming it the cheese ball kerfluffle of 2020. Did I get a little carried away with my cheese ball kerfluffle of 2020? I would say so. Now, this is over a 2-month period, so it's not as bad. It's not like I ate them all in a week, but it's still gross. I ate that many cheese balls. I was even eating the bad ones because I kept thinking, man, I'll just keep popping these in my mouth and eventually one of them will taste good. You gotta clean yourself up right now, Planters. Planters, you need to only make the GPP2 cheese balls. If Planters only makes the GPP2 cheese balls, I would be happy. But I don't know if they're going to do that. It seems like they want to make separate cheese balls. And their thing is, too, Big Lots only seems to have the GPP2. Target went from XPZ4 to GPP2. And I haven't checked the dollar store, but I don't know like what the rhyme or reason is to which store gets which cheese balls. You know, you would think maybe they have a manufacturing plant on the East Coast and the West Coast, and then maybe one side would get one cheese ball, one side would get the other. But I'm in California, we get both, so I don't know what's going on. But I do know something. I am the cheese ball king, and my arch nemesis, Baby Nut, has been trying to get me put away for a long time. Been trying to accuse me of things that I don't do, trying to make sure that my cheese balls are not an enjoyable experience for my mouth and my taste buds. And quite frankly, I'm not going to have it anymore. So, I am solving this problem the Tiger King way. I think I was right in the nose. By the way, printer was running out of ink, so Baby Peanut, not actually yellow, gray and black and white. I wasn't gonna go buy new ink for this. Ooh, was that a headshot? Was that right in the top hat? That might have been right in the top hat. The cheese gut's broken and battered. Some broken ones in there from my pellet gun. Just to get my point across here, I just put 2 peanuts on that cardboard box and they're going down. If I was on the board over there at Planters, I would strongly suggest coming up with a new mascot, because at this point in time, I think Baby Nut is no longer with us. Balls in your court, Planters. All I ask is that you make consistent cheese balls. That's all I ask.